Hey Aquarius, welcome to Divine Duality Tarot. My name is TJ. Today what I'm going to do for you is a love reading, a romantic reading, try to get some ideas as to what's going on here in March of 2023. So what I try to do is just, not necessarily quick, but try not to take up as much of your time as possible, as I know we all have busy lives. But what I do is just try to get the best idea of what's going on between you and your partner or interest, whoever this may be for you. That way you can hopefully make some informed decisions, because it's always better to go into a situation with a little bit of forewarning rather than no warning at all. Now, what I'm doing here is drawing your energy for this relationship. These two will represent that. These two are representing your interests, energy in the relationship. And then I'm going to do a third here in the middle and do just kind of a bridging energy, see what's, the connection between the two. Oh man, Aquarius. Oh man, that's all right. May not be as bad as it kind of looks, but we're gonna go through this and see what's going on between you, Aquarius, and whoever this person may be. So I'm gonna start with you. Aquarius, the energy that you have about you is leading it off with the Three of Wands, which is expansion, it's growth, it's the desire to build things better, to progress the relationship, progress your standing in the relationship, your understanding of the relationship. Anything that involves you and using your willpower to push the mold and maybe make things better. Maybe if you're just talking at the moment, it could be you pushing to actually seal the deal and become an actual item. Or, if you're already in a relationship and you're wanting to even go further. This is that type of energy of getting it done, of making it happen. And then on top of that, you have the Magician. The Magician is somebody who can manifest, somebody who has the ability to really, they have the strength, they have the willpower, they're in the right state of mind to actually get things done. Now, this is knowing that you have the energy to do it, knowing that you have the skills to do it, knowing that you know what you want. With this being a desire, what I'm kind of getting is it's definitely an unfulfilled one. This is one of those moments where you want to push the mold, but it's not happening. The wheels are spinning. I mean, you got your foot down. That gas pedal is fully down if you don't drive, you're pedaling hard. Whatever. You have strength, though. You have awesome strength about you. Are you just having trouble figuring out exactly where to apply it? Let me go over their energy, Aquarius, see if we can get a good idea of what's going on with your interest. And then we'll discuss the bridging energy, because there's something contentious there. They're leading it off with the Two of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Pentacles is balance in the physical world, in the material world. It could be anything from, knowing what they have financially. It could be somebody who, in general, it could be, being satisfied in their financial world. It could also be them satisfied with who they are, with I hate to say it this way, but it could also be their balance with another physical being, you know, another human being preoccupied with something else. In this case, though, yeah, that's a tough one. This is why I'm saying it's a tough one. They have the Seven of Wands, which is defensiveness, which is boundaries. So they're in a new spot, a stable spot, but they're being very contentious about it. They're being very defensive. My belief on this is they're being defensive because they don't want to lose that balance. It's one of those situations where I'm comfortable where I'm at. I don't want to rock the boat because maybe they're playing it way too defensive. Maybe they are, you know, really worried about what could happen. And this is where it's at. The energy between the two of you, starting it out as a tower. The tower is a drastic, big change. Something new, something bold has occurred. For better or worse, it is, as my wife would say, having the rug pulled out from under you. There has been a monster change. And one of the binding energies between the two of you is heartache. Monster change could be a third person came into the relationship, which is leading to that heartache because there's obviously a sword right through that heart. But I'm not. There could be somebody preoccupied, but with the energies going into it, I don't know if I would really count on that being a third party that has infiltrated this relationship and is destroying it. I think what's going on here, like what I'm seeing here, what I'm gathering from this is there is hesitation, a lot of hesitation. You want things to happen. They want things to stay the same. That's causing heartache. They're afraid of this big change. This is more so about them. They're afraid of big change. They're afraid of big change because it leads to heartache. You know what you want, Aquarius. They don't. They're afraid that something's going to happen with you that's going to cause them heartache. Maybe they have had issues in their past with other people that have really been aggressive in their mentality. And don't think I mean aggressive in any other way than just bold, just going forward. I don't mean like somebody abusive. If it was somebody abusive, I hope the worst to them. But if somebody in their past, they let them in, they're, you know, the interest, they let them in, they opened the door, they lowered their defenses, and they allowed this person into their life, and this person broke their heart. This is a coping mechanism. They are defending against their perceived balance. They are okay with where they're at. The issue is you're not. And Aquarius, one of the things about relationships is they have to move forward. If they're not moving forward, then they're not moving. And if they're not moving, then where are you even going? Like, what is this? What are you in this relationship? Finding roles, finding responsibilities, finding your place can be very difficult, especially, defensiveness. This person's going to be a very tough nut to crack. And with you having all this forward-moving energy about you, it could come off the wrong way. Let me explain that one. Try to put yourself in another person's shoes. If you really don't want to go to the store, you don't want to go to the store, okay? But I mean, you know you need to, but you don't want to, and you're okay with what's in your pantry right now, what's in your kitchen, whatever, wherever you keep your stuff. But the other person is like, we need to go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It makes you feel like you don't want to even more. You're pressuring me. I don't like it, you know? I'm okay with what we have. And even though that person might be kind of right, the mentality of being pushed can be very, very disheartening. That's why you're in a pretty interesting situation right now, Aquarius. This is one of those moments that it's like, what do I do? What do you do, right? I mean, that's the big question. What do we do? With this person being a tough nut to crack, I'm going to ask another question, and it's not going to be plain and simple, what do you do? What happens to our Aquarius if Aquarius does nothing? How's that for a question? If you let off the gas and you just let things play out because you know that they're in a spot in their mind, what happens if you lay off it a bit? Okay. Now, what happens if you do something about it? Things continue on as they are, where you're pushing, they're not quite receiving that push as much as they should. What happens? There's a cool little X here. So, Aquarius, I was going to start with this, but I want to start with what happens if you keep going. If you keep going as you are, applying any sort of pressure, if you keep going with this, things stay as is, where you don't change your mentality at all. The thing that's going to happen is you have your Ten of Swords, which is the ending of a truth, an ending of a truth, and the beginning of a new truth. This could be a complete change in the direction of the relationship. It could be the relationship ends altogether, because a truth is what's going on right now. If you're in a relationship now and that ends, then the new truth is you're single. It could also mean, there is the possibility, it could also mean that a new understanding comes into play later, where the status quo is they don't really want to do anything, you're hyperactive in their mind, and things slow down even more because they start getting set in their ways. They start getting to the point where this isn't, in their mind, this may not be a what if I get hurt. This may turn into a, if I let this go, I will get hurt. And when it turns into a, I will get hurt, that's your one-way trip to the friend zone. I mean, the minute that they view you as a danger to their balance, they view you actively as a danger, as a negative, there's really no clawing your way back from that. That is one of the worst positions. That's how people get friend zoned, because they don't, that person doesn't see in you, and I'm not saying this right now, this energy right now isn't to that point, but But if this person gets to the point where they see you as more of a liability in a romantic relationship, you're done. That's it. Hang up the phone, you're done. You're done. Which then leads to the hermit, which is introspection, looking within yourself for answers. This is the culmination of what will happen. You will not know who to blame. Is it your fault? You'll go into your own mind to think, what can I do different? How can I claw this back? How can I become romantic again? How can I become part of this relationship? And you'll get in your own head, and ideas can manifest that aren't going to work. You may find yourself doing really stupid things, trying too hard, chasing after a horse you'll never catch. If you continue pushing, you will push them away. You want the best. You're not the bad guy, I promise you. You're not the bad guy. You want the best. You have the energy for expansion, for growth. You want things to flourish. But sometimes people aren't ready to take that step. They're not ready yet. If you lay off the gas pedal, if you just lay it off a little bit, leading it off is the King of Wands, which is power, authority, which is loyalty. And then you have the Emperor, which is bold moves, it's power in romance, it's a very fatherly figure. My advice for you, be the Emperor in this relationship. Be the masculine, be the dominant figure, but practice some stoicism as well. Be the stoic, chin held high, strong person that they obviously need. They think that they have balance. Show them what you have to offer in a way that they can appreciate, but not feel like you're pushing too hard. Everybody's relationship is different, Aquarius. Your relationship is different than any other Aquarius, than any other Leo, than any other, Aries. You are unique. So you have to use your own experience with this person. What do they like doing? What do they not like doing? What are traits that you have that maybe you see they don't like? Is there a food that you eat? I know this is like a really stupid one, but to get the idea, if there's a food that you eat that they absolutely hate, give up that food. I know that may not seem like a lot, but these little things, they build up in their head. Like, they know. Like, Aquarius knows that I really can't stand the smell of barbecue sauce. If they don't like barbecue sauce, I don't like them, but I love barbecue sauce. But they don't like I don't like barbecue sauce, and they do, and I've told them many times that I don't like the smell. And then for like the past 2 months, hasn't eaten anything barbecue. Do they do that for me? Are they changing for me? Are they making them feel like they have some power in the relationship so that they feel like they have safety in the relationship? Because if they feel like they have power, then they may start feeling like they can avert a tower. They may start feeling like they have some control over their own part in the relationship. If they find their way in the relationship to where there's an understanding that you are who you are and you have the power to make things happen, but you are in it for them, then they can drop that defensiveness. But this is all about giving them time. I'm not saying give them space. Don't walk out and say, hey, I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna let you figure your own thing out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you leave, then they're going to assume that everything that they think is true, that you're going to up and leave and it's going to break their heart. You need to be there, but be stoic, be strong, be powerful, be the strong, quiet type if you need to. Be prepared to give up some things. If you want this to work, if there's something that you know bugs them, give it up. Give it up. Let them think, let them know that they do have a part to play in the relationship, and it will flourish, and you will get what you want. You will get that authority, you will get that power, but above all else, you'll get that loyalty. And loyalty is paramount. You can't do anything without loyalty. If you don't know what that person's going to do, then what's the point, you know? You could buy them a car and then just leave with it. No loyalty. Let them know that you're loyal. Let them know that you have a role in this relationship. And Aquarius, I think you can do it. I truly do. I think you can do it. You have powerful energy. Use that energy. But use it with caution. Use it with temperance. And just understand that this person is not in the best state of mind. Let them claw their own way out of it. Because this is something that they're going to have to work through. This is not something you can do for them. Give them that space. But be there. Be the one that they can view as a safe place. That's your role, Aquarius. You're the anchor. You're the roots of this tree. This one's blowing leaves in the wind. You are the sturdy, you are the stable roots of this relationship. Be that and make it work. So Aquarius, with all that said, I truly, truly do appreciate you sticking through the video, hearing what all I have to say with the messaging here, and I really do appreciate you watching. And with that, Aquarius, I will see you next time.